Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wellston Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media. I'm Bub Norris and Bill Norris bringing your football action tonight back here at the Jones, C.H. Jones Field here in Wellston, Ohio. It's the Golden Rockets taking on the Nelsonville York Buckeyes here this evening at homecoming night here this evening. So we're going to take a break in the action here as we get ready to announce the homecoming attendance and we'll let those be announced. And when we get that program finished, we will pick right back up here with you and talk some more football here in just a little bit. So right now, we want to direct your attention to the 50-yard line on the far side of the field as the attendants get ready to make their way across the football field.
Ladies and gentlemen, our freshman attendant, Madeline Childers. Our sophomore attendant, Elin Walters, escorted by her parents, Jennifer Jones and Aaron Walters. Elin plays softball and is in Project 7. Ladies and gentlemen, our sophomore attendant, Elin Walters. Tonight's junior attendant is Kimberly Aubrey, escorted by her parents, Megan Sowers and John Aubrey. Kimmy is a two-time letterman in golf, cross-country, basketball, and track. She is a junior class president, a member of the BPA, Student Council, National Honor Society, and Interact. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's junior attendant, Kimberly Aubrey. Our senior attendants. First, we have Jasmine Moeller, escorted by her parents, Kevin and Mika Moeller. Jasmine is a member of the varsity volleyball and softball team, Student Council, National Honor Society, senior representative, Business Professionals of America, Interact, and Vet Club. After graduating, she plans on going to college and majoring in physical therapy. Jasmine Moeller. Next, we have Shayla Rice, escorted by her parents, Peggy and Paul Rice. Shayla is a member of the National Honor Society, Leadership Lab, Interact, Business Professionals of America, Youth and Government, Drama Club, Senior Representative, Student Council, Art Club, and Color Guard. After graduation, she plans to attend college majoring in elementary education. Shayla Rice. Madeline Weber is escorted by her parents, Shannon and Stephanie Weber. Madeline is a member of the soccer team, marching band, track, student council, senior representatives, art club, and youth and government. She plans on going to college and majoring in zoology after graduation. Madeline Weber. The 2022 Homecoming King was crowned at the Battle of the Classes today at school. Your Homecoming King is Xavier Miller. Jasmine Moeller. Congratulations, Jasmine.
Welcome back again here, Rocket fans. You're watching the homecoming queen be queened right here at the Jones, at the C.H. Jones Field here in Wellston, Ohio, home of the Wellston Golden Rockets. We'll get the name for you for the homecoming queen here in just a moment. We weren't able to get that name as they announced it, but we are announcing they are crowning the homecoming queen at the moment. Bill, let's talk Rocket football here just for a little bit. Last week, the Rockets went on the road down to River Valley, and that was a game that the Rockets really felt that they could come away with a win. Just wasn't able to get it done down there on the road last week as they got beat by the River Valley Raiders, 44-21, I believe was the score, something like that anyway. Now return home to a very, very tough opponent once again in the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. You were counting earlier, Nelsonville's loaded with a lot of kids. 50 kids, and Rockets are going to have to be on their A game again here again tonight.
Well, as we said from the start, how much can this team improve this week as we pause for our national anthem?
We'll be right back after the national anthem. Welcome back here once again, Rocket fans, to the Jones. It's homecoming night here at C.H. Jones Field here in Wellston, Ohio. We're about 10 minutes away from opening kickoff here tonight. It's the Wellston Golden Rockets and the Nelsonville York Buckeyes getting ready to tee it up here in just a little bit. Bill, again, we spoke earlier. The Rockets went on the road last week down to River Valley. We felt certain that the Rockets could come away with the win down there. They played very, very well. Started out the game with an opening drive touchdown, and then River Valley just came back and kept fighting, staying right back in the game with the Rockets, scoring really touchdown for touchdown. And then mostly the second half, the Raiders really took over. But tonight's a different story, different ball game. Rockets again faced with another very tough opponent tonight with the Nelsonville York Buckeyes.
Yeah, we're looking at a team that's got 50 players. Each grade level from the freshmen to seniors has in a roughly 10 to 12 players from each grade level. We're looking at a team that's experienced, and on down the line, as they grow, they're going to keep right on. Those boys are going to move up each year and gain more experience. Now, the advantage that Wellston will have eventually is that our team, as young as it is, will have more experience than other teams as they become juniors and seniors.
Nelsonville has 13 seniors on the roster here this evening, Bill, and the Rockets have, I think, maybe 4 now at this point, 4 or 5. The Rockets pick up the addition of a couple players tonight. We're fortunate enough to have Bennett Yaronacek back in the lineup. He's been out since the Oak Hill game with a broken collarbone. And then we have Bodie Kemp back in the lineup again this evening. So we lost a couple players this week, gained a couple players this week. Hopefully these two guys can make a difference for the Rockets.
Yeah, we're looking at we'll call him Brother Jay.
Pastor J.
It's Officer Jay's son, and he is. I'm kind of leery. If he's just coming back this week, then he's probably just had a week's worth of practice and a week's worth of conditioning.
Yeah.
And he might even be a little bit edgy about recuperations and
Sure.
Who wouldn't be if you are just coming back, and you might be just a little bit gun shy on that part of the body that may be injured.
And hopefully not, but be that as it may, again, we're about 8.5 minutes away from opening kickoff here tonight. Again, it's homecoming night here this evening at the Jones. Bill Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action here tonight. Again, the Rockets hosting the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. A lot of football going on around the area here this evening. We're going to try to get you some of those, keep you posted on some of the scores and highlights around the area. Tonight, it's down south. You have Ironton and Rock Hill this evening, and then of course, Oak Hill Oaks and Wheelersburg tee it up, and you have Athens and Meigs, Gallia County and Coal Grove. That'll be a good matchup. Portsmouth West and Minford. That'll be a good game to keep an eye on as far as score-wise. And then, a lot of good games in the area tonight. Union Oda and Zane Trace, two teams that have great records. I believe Union Oda still may be undefeated. I'd have to confirm that. And Zane Trace is very good as well. So a lot of football in the area. Vinton County is at Warren tonight. Fort Fry and Point Pleasant. And then Northwest and Southeast all around the area. And then Jackson and Hillsboro play tonight as well. So River Valley and Alexander, that would be another good game. It would be interesting to see who comes out on top on that one. So a lot of good football in the area tonight. But tonight, the Rockets back here at the Jones, hoping, Bill, to be able to perform well enough, get some key players going in the game, and be able to stay right in this thing.
Well, as I mentioned right before the national anthem, I want to see some improvement. I don't want to come off as the Rockets are the greatest team, to hit the field on this weekend. But what can we do? The Alexander game, we saw improvement. And as you said, last week we saw some improvement.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do this week to improve upon the last 2 weeks?
And certainly looking forward to that tonight to see if the coaches are able to put something together to be able to slow down the attack of the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. Again, we want to thank real quick our sponsors here this evening, People's Bank in Wellston, Charlie Hudson, Darrow Insurance, Martin Floor Store in Jackson, Ruoff Mortgage, Lock and Load, Adina, McWilliams Funeral Home, Happenings Bistro, and Montgomery Trucking. Once again, a big shout-out to all of our sponsors that help make BMG Media and Golden Rocket Football possible. At halftime, we'll be having another gentleman up here to talk about the Golden Rocket Marching Band here, so you want to stick around for that. As the Rockets, they'll be able to tell us how the Rockets performed last or 2 weeks ago in the previous band competition. Again, you're listening to Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media. Again, Bill, Rockets going to have to be clicking on all cylinders tonight. Again, we have Bennett Yarn to check back, Bodie Kemp back, and looking to be able to get some positive things going on the ground.
You say that so quick and with great ease. Bennett Yardenacek.
Yes.
It's better for me to
even
say.
With gum in my mouth.
Even to say, I just say, Brother Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, we've got a connection. I didn't think about this. Folks, if you are watching from home and you are, if you're hearing this game live, call some folks from Nelsonville if you got friends over there. Mm-hmm. We have a connection. I had a connection with a couple of the guys from Nelsonville that we played against.
Not easy now. We're going back a couple years.
That we played against, and we ended up playing our freshman and sophomore years up there at Bluffton College, the smallest college in the United States to have a football team. And we were on it, and with a couple boys from Ross Flowers and his name's slipping me now.
Woodson.
Brad Woodson.
Yes.
And those boys were on the football team. And
two phenomenal football players.
If you're listening and you hear
it,
give those boys a call. Tell them to tune in and hear the Norse boys on the radio or on the TV.
Again, you speak of Ross Flowers and Brad Woodson back in the day. That's back. You're going back to 1981, I believe it was, when the Nelsonville York Buckeyes won the state championship that year, and we're going back also as Tom Taggart was the quarterback for the Buckeyes back way back then. I'll never forget. We got to share this story with you real quick. It was my junior year, your senior year. We have a couple things we could kind of reminisce on a little bit. I'll never forget they had an amazing linebacker. Brian Mays played linebacker, went on to play linebacker at Ohio University after his high school career. And me being a junior quarterback, I dropped back to pass, and all I seen was a face full of Brian Mays coming right at me. And when he hit me, I tell you, no joke, I felt like I flew through the air for about 10 yards. And I'll never forget this. You remember our dad doing this. The announcer back at that time, he's a legendary announcer. And Dad didn't take too kindly as to what he said after that play. He said, "Welcome to the turf." Next thing we looked up, here comes Dad across the field. He's heading to the press box, and obviously the police officer stopped him before he got there.
There was one. I'm telling you, listen, if there's nobody else going to have your back, Dad was going to have your back. Now, of course, he wouldn't have your back if you was doing wrong, but if you was in the right, he was taking up for his boys.
Well, I was picking my teeth up off the ground. Here comes Dad by, and the cops stop him on the way. But, yeah, that's some good stories. And I'll never forget also, I think it was that same game, you and Brian Mays had a collision. And I'll say this right on the air. Bill was one of the best fullbacks, I think, that ever went through Wellston High School. Not saying that just because he's my brother, but was a phenomenal fullback, running back, linebacker, and kicker for the Rockets back in the day. I'll never forget the collision between you and Brian Mays at Nelsonville. I think it was that same game back in '83, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And what a collision. I don't know if you remember that or not. You come back to the huddle, and you were groggy and weaving and bobbing, and I looked at you and said, "Hey, Bill." And you just kind of gave me the blank stare. "Bill, you okay?" And I said, "Hey, Coach, we need a sub in there and get Bill out of here." So, but what a collision. That was probably the hardest hit I remember in high school football.
Well, folks, I tell you what, this is a game of collision. This is if you want to be as bold as say this is a violent game, you could say that. But I tell you what, this is as close as you can get to modern-day gladiators as anywhere in the world. Folks go out there and crash, and folks get injured and have life-sustaining injuries that they keep forever.
Yes.
But there's something in, I call it.
Check 1, 2, 3. May have lost Bill. What about now? There we go. Pick it back up. As you can see, the Rockets on the field right now. We'll try to get Bill back in action here with us here in just a second.
Testing. There.
Add connection here. I think we're going to get it going here in just a second as the Rockets make their way out. They won the toss tonight and chose to receive starting out, so they're going to be taking the opening kickoff here tonight from the Jones. We're ready for Friday night football action as it's the Golden Rockets and the Nelsonville York Buckeyes getting ready to tee it up here right now. Back deep for the Rockets going to be number 7. That's going to be Evan Cantor. Number 12, Bennett Yadernacek. Number 8, Seth Lambert. He's a fine young back for the Rockets. And on the far side, looks like number 3, one of my favorite players, Josh Clarkson. So a freshman. So hopefully the Rockets can get some things going here early and be able to keep up with the Buckeyes here tonight. Rockets come in winless on the year, and we'll try to get Nelsonville's record for you here shortly as well. Good to have a good friend of ours tuning in with us and listening tonight, Mr. Derek Wallace. Good to have you tuning in to BMG Media tonight as well. All right, folks, we're ready to get action underway. Number 15 on to kick for the Buckeyes. It's Ben Perry. He's a sophomore. Rockets size-wise match up, but experience-wise we fall behind. Again, folks, let's just be honest. Is we have a bunch of freshmen, sophomores, and a few juniors out there playing tonight. We call it a glorified JV team, Bill. So they're getting a lot of OJT here tonight at homecoming night. The kick is a spiral caught at the 30-yard line. Rockets take it over the right side. Putting his head down is number 10 for the Rockets. Brings it out to the 35. Be 1st and 10 for the Rockets. We'll try to get Bill plugged back in here shortly. We have some of our techs coming up to help us out with that. 1st and 10 for the Rockets. Ball on their own 33-yard line. 11:55 here to go as this ball game just gets underway. Scott at shotgun with Bodie Kemp to his right. Twin receivers to the left. Scott takes a snap, hands off to Kemp over the left side. Going to be hit in the backfield and going to lose 3 yards right off the bat. That's certainly not the way that the Rockets want to start out, as Kemp didn't have a whole lot of room to work on that run. 2nd and 13. Scott back to pass, rolls to his right, looking out in the flats. He fumbles, recovered by, I think it's going to bring up 3rd down. The Rockets, Scott's able to recover the fumble. Big loss on the play. Third down and about 21 for the Rockets. 10:50 to go here in the first quarter. Rockets going the wrong direction right off the bat. Johnny Scott under center. Takes a snap, hands off to Kemp over the left side. Nope, that's not. Yeah, it is Kemp. I'm sorry. He gains about 10 of that yardage back from the loss on a great run. Going to bring up 4th down for the Rockets, 4th and about 18, it looks like. 18 or 19 on the play. Evan Kenner back to punt for the Rockets. Back deep for the Buckeyes is number 18. That is Landon Inman. He's a sophomore. Snap is good. The punt gets it away. Canner gets it away. Going to be caught.
Yeah, we got nothing up here, Mike. Oh, wait a minute. There.
We've got Bill back live, we believe.
Yeah, I think we got it.
We got you live. All right. He went on a about a 5-minute sabbatical there, but he joined me back. So 9:55 to go here in the first quarter. The Rockets were 3 and out. Punted it away. Buckeyes take that punt at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. 9:55 here to go in the first quarter. At a quarterback, number 4 is Makai Williams. He's a 6'1 junior. Takes a snap, play action pass. Looks down the center of the field, and he's got a man. It's caught down to about the 12-yard line. To number 16, great catch, great play action play. Bailey Phillips on the reception for the Buckeyes.
Well, he laid that one up there, and he ran under it and put the bread in the bread basket.
Really good-looking quarterback, too. Great play action play on that one was number 4. Again, that was Makai Williams. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. Inside Rocket territory at about the 9-yard line. Check that. Call that at about the 12-yard line. One play, huge yardage for the Buckeyes.
There are plays that you take just to kind of test the defense to see what they can do against the defense, and that was one of them, and it was very successful.
Domino's, pickup or delivery. Well, it appears we have an injured player.
Yeah, I believe the
On the
receiver.
field. Yeah, the receiver's on the sideline over there.
He injured his lower leg, or it looked as though he grabbed for it as soon as he landed on the ground.
Certainly wish him the best. It was the receiver, number 16, Bailey Phillips, on the reception. Hopefully it's just a cramp. That's what it appears to be. Yes, he's on his feet, and boy, those do hurt if you've never had one. Of course, an athlete, when you have one, it feels like you're getting stabbed in the leg or the area of that cramp. And it's good to see him up on his feet on the far sideline. 9:48 to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media. Bill Norris on Bub Norris, coming to you live from the Jones tonight, homecoming night.
Now, we have word that there are folks down in Florida who are doing some service work that are tuning into the game. We'd like to welcome them.
Some Rocket and Nelsonville fans from Florida down there doing some relief work, Bill, with the storm that went through.
Right. Thank you for your service.
Takes a snap. Williams over the right side. Number 8 with the carry. He bounces it outside, kicks in the afterburners into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown for the Buckeyes. Hudson Stalder. He's a senior, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. As he just went 12 yards, Bill, for a touchdown.
Yeah. It looked like now, if you notice on that play, we've been talking all season long about our defensive ends. If you'll notice on that play, the defensive end made him cut inside. And when he cut inside, your linebackers are supposed to be sweeping across and cleaning up the mess.
Yes.
And that didn't happen with our linebackers there.
So as a result of that, it was a touchdown for the Buckeyes with 9:21 to go here in the first quarter. Buckeyes on to attempt the extra point. The snap is good. The kick is up. It is no good, but we have a false start on the play. Maybe the Rockets will just decline that. I don't know if they have the option to decline it or not. But I think that they have, I'm not sure if number 15 was the original kicker or not, but anyway, he's out there now on a number 1 hold. That's Gavin Richards on the hold for the Buckeyes. Ben Perry on to kick the extra point. He's a sophomore. The snap once again is good. The kick is up. It's in the air. And no good. Looked like it might have squeaked through, but it did not go.
Fell a little short.
So with 9:21 to go here in the first quarter, Buckeyes strike first. Buckeyes 6, Golden Rockets 0 here in the first quarter action, Bill.
On a 2-play drive, the big long pass, and then the 12-yard run into the end zone.
We don't have number 10 in our program, folks, for the Rockets, and I apologize. I'm terrible with names, but I believe his last name is Brown. If somebody would like to text that to me, that would be awesome, so we can be sure and mention that young man here for the Rockets. 9:21 to go here in the first quarter. Number 15 again on to kick for the Buckeyes, Ben Perry. Back deep for the Rockets, number 12, Bennett Yadernachek. And Lambert and Clarkson. And Canner. The kick is going to be an end-over-end kick. Yadernachek is going to pick it up at about the 15. He's in a whole lot of trouble trying to get away from some folks. Brings it up and going to be brought down at about the 24-yard line where the Rockets will take over 1st and 10.
I didn't see too much hesitation there. Once he picked the ball up, he headed north and south.
Yep.
And folks, as we often talk, is that you get more yardage with running north and south in these high school games than if you try to sidestep a little bit. And now we're going to see if the Rockets can put some plays together.
Again, number 10 for the Rockets is Hunter Brown. So thank you, Gilbert Hartley, the PA announcer here for the Rockets. Scott under center takes a snap, hands off to Kemp over the right side, and nowhere going there. He's going to lose maybe a half a yard on that carry. Again, Bill, we've been waiting all year for the Rockets to be able to get that push that we've talked about in several games previous.
I was just getting ready, and we may sound like a broken record when we talk about this, folks, but boy, there has got to be an initial push of at least 3 yards and possibly 4 and 5 in order for that running back to open up a hole for him.
Scott at shotgun. Puts Thompson in motion to the right. Takes the snap, hands off to Kemp over the right side, puts his head down, and gains about 3 on the play, maybe.
Yeah, and that was all heart there. He put his head down and went, and got what he could get out of that. Are we still calling him Bubba? Bubba and Bubba and Baby Gimp.
Again, we want to send a shout out to all those folks, local area guys that have traveled to Florida to help out with the hurricane relief projects down there. Being away from your families, we know the money is good, but being away from your family is tough, and it's very dangerous. Of course, the conditions down there are tragic and devastating. So thank you for your service as you've gone down there. Hopefully we're able to add a little bit of sunlight to your evening down there. Scott drops back, looks up. Still, he steps up in the pocket, tries to gain a couple yards, gets it up to the 25, maybe a gain of about 1 on the play. Again, folks, let's keep this in proper perspective. The Rockets have several sophomores playing out there right now for the Rockets. And so when you're playing freshmen, sophomores, juniors against a lot of juniors, seniors, it makes a big difference in your football game. Not making excuses, just giving you the facts.
Right. So you've got a lot of inexperience out there.
Canner with the punt. Oh, what a
nice
beautiful punt. That's Derek Wallace kind of punt right there at the 39-yard line. Number 18 with the reception going to the left side. He turns the corner. He's off to the races. Not sure anybody will catch him.
Got tripped up, kept his feet.
Takes it all the way to the end zone. We're speaking of Landon Inman.
I don't see any flags on the field.
Again, Bill, we were speaking about in our pregame, we want to see improvement.
Right.
Even though we have the kids that we have who are inexperienced, we want to see improvement, and hopefully we can build on what we're seeing here this evening.
What I'd like to see is the upperclassmen, the seniors that we do have, and the juniors to run this team and pick yourself up by the bootstraps, keep their attitudes right, keep a winning attitude. You can get beat. You can get beat in a game, and if you go out there and play hard, and you put it all on the line, you can walk off the field with your head up.
Yes, leave it on the field, and we've talked about that for a long time. And unfortunately, the Rockets go down now 13-0 your score with 6:51 here to go in the first quarter. Again, we'll try to keep you posted of other games around the area here this evening as well. And we'll try to get some of those for you early action here tonight. First quarter action, it's Ironton 14, Rock Hill 0. Nelsonville obviously 13-0 here over the Rockets. Athens and Meigs 0. Gallia Academy and Colgrove 0. Portsmouth West and Minford 0 as well. So we'll try to keep you Vinton County 7, Warren 0 over in Hemlock. Nope, that's not Hemlock. That would be
Miller is Hemlock.
Yes. So Warren High School anyway, that's where Vinton County's at tonight. Buckeyes kick. Going to be a short end over and kick taken by Lambert at about the 20. Lambert picking his hole, brings it out to about the 35-yard line. Decent return for the Rockets. So the Rockets will take over.
Good return.
First and 10. Again, the Rockets lost a couple players, but it got a couple players back this week. So we're speaking of Bodie Kemp and Bennett Yadernacek back in action here again tonight for the Rockets.
And, folks, this wanted to mention this past week was Daughter's Day and Son's Day, and a little shout-out to Caleb Norris down in Savannah, Georgia. Came up for a few days to visit, and going to be a Harvard man starting in about a week.
Harvard. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Rockets trail 13-0. Looks like the Rockets going to burn a timeout right here. So with 6:45 to go here in the first quarter here at the Jones, as the Rockets trailing the Nelsonville York Buckeyes 13-0 here early in the first quarter. Bill, again, we want to send a shout out to all of our fine sponsors that help make BMG Golden Rocket football possible. We're speaking of People's Bank, Charlie Hudson, Darrow Insurance, Martin Floor Store, Ruoff Mortgage, Lock and Load, Adena Health Systems, McWilliams Funeral Home, Happenings Bistro, and Montgomery Trucking. Once again, thank you folks for sponsoring Golden Rocket football here on BMG Media. Without you, we would not be able to make this possible. So, again, thank you for your sponsorship.
Now, Bub, I've noticed one thing already in the game. 2 weeks ago when we played Alexander, the boys were lively, and there was an urgency to get things done, and there was an excitement out there, and I'm not seeing it tonight.
Agree. Johnny Scott up under center for the Rockets at quarterback. Number 7 onto the field, Dakota Inman, the senior, at corner for the Buckeyes. Scott under center, puts Thompson in motion to the left. Takes a snap. Going to hand off to Kemp over the left side. Kemp picks his hole, picks up a good yard, nice yardage, about a 6-yard gain, Bill, on the play.
Good block from our wingman that was running alongside there, and he stopped in time. He took out the defensive end and allowed our man to run up through the hole.
Nice yardage for the Rockets on the play. Gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 from the Rocket 41-yard line. Scott up under center once again. Takes a snap. Hands off the Camp over the right side. Trying to find his spot. Give him gain of a couple more on the play. So the Rockets, Bill, doing a decent job here on these last 2 plays.
Yeah, maybe that timeout was more to light a little fire underneath them, as we used to say back in the old days. Put a little fire under them, get some emotion going, get these boys jacked up a little bit so they'll go out there and crack some heads.
It's a Zane Trace 7, Union Odo 0. Scott with the snap, hands off. Rockets going to pick up a first down. And Thompson going to pick up the first down for the Rockets. Number 21 on the carry. That's Brayley Thompson, the senior running back for the Rockets.
That's all you need right there, 3 yards each time you carry, and you're going to get that first down.
Would they say 3 yards and a cloud of dust?
That's an old Woody Hayes phrase, yeah.
Widowsburg 7, Oak Hill 0 early on in the first quarter. Jackson 21, Hillsboro nothing in the first quarter.
They're going to run that play to that side, the same play. Yep, that was it.
Kemp trying to get outside.
That was
Picks
it.
up some nice room over the right side. Bodie Kemp packing the mail for the Rockets.
That play was the exact same play that they ran, that they had that man in motion who took out the defensive end, and Bodie Kemp could run right up around the corner.
River Valley 8, Alexander 0 again early on in the first quarter. Again, you're listening to Golden Rocket Football and watching Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media, coming to you live from the Jones, from the friendly confines of the Jones here at Wellston High School downtown football field. Johnny Scott going to go up under center once again.
They were having trouble a couple weeks ago with that shotgun snap.
Scott's going to play action, looking downfield, dumps it up to Thompson right up the right line, sideline. That's going to be good enough for a Golden Rocket first down. Bill gets inside Buckeye territory
and
for
the
the first time
quarterback
tonight.
played that great. He did the fake handoff. He rolled out. He acted as if he was going to run. He stopped immediately and just dumped off a little 10-yard pass for about a 20-yard pickup.
First and 10 for the Rockets inside Buckeye territory at about the 34-yard line. Scott under center once again. Takes the snap. Going to hand it off to Kemp over the right side. Tries to get outside and drags a couple guys. Give him gain of about 4 on that play.
Yeah, there we go. We're pushing it. We're getting that push. I think that timeout might have done something because I saw the coach waving his arms a little bit. I thought, well, he might be getting a little upset with these boys, not showing any fire.
4:07 is the time on your clock here in the first quarter. Rockets trail 13-0 early here against the Buckeyes. Homecoming night here at Wellston High School. Congratulations to all the girls tonight. Johnny Scott once again up under center. Puts Thompson in motion over to the left. Takes a snap. Hands off the Kemp over the left side. He's going to be hitting the backfield and not much happening on that time as number 8 came in there for the Buckeyes. Hudson Stalder, the senior 6 foot, 180-pound linebacker, came shooting the gap.
Yeah, no chance to let down. Okay, you missed that one. All right, let's push this one through. Nelsonville took a chance and had some gaming going on there with their line and linebackers and slipped through the line and quite handily stopped that one in the backfield.
Loss of about 3 on the play, 3 or 4. Back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. Scott at shotgun, good snap, looking out in the flats, throws it out in the flats. It's going to be probably 2 or 3 holding calls on that play, but at least your quarterback's not getting destroyed.
I would agree there. I'm just going to agree. And you know what? I'm not going to complain about those flags either because at least they're getting aggressive out there.
And they're protecting the quarterback. So
Absolutely.
The way the season has gone so far this year for the Rockets, I hate to say that I'm okay with that, but at least they're taking enough pride and not letting Johnny Scott get hit as he has all season long.
You know, you and I have both worked with youth before, and at times I've told them, I said, I don't care what you do something. At least do so. If you mess up, I can correct that. So getting a flag, all right, let's take that. Be aggressive.
It's going to push it back to about the 47-yard line. 2:59 to go here in the first quarter. 13-0 your score.
I'd like to see him open up with Brother Jay and get him out downfield.
I don't see him.
I don't see him out there.
They don't have him out there at the moment.
They might just be doing some receiving with him on the kickoffs and things.
Another sophomore in the Rockets. We'll try to get these kids for you here, get a mention for you. Number 23 out there, Mason Collins for the Rockets at that wide receiver spot. He had a big catch and a big play last week down at River Valley. Good snap. Scott drops back 3 steps, fake pump. Going to throw a screen out to the left side. Thompson's going to be
had a man following him all along.
He did, and Nelsonville defended that pretty well. And the Rockets kind of disguised that a little bit, but just not good enough. The defender for the Buckeyes was able to snuff that out pretty good.
Well, we've seen some improvement here, at least tonight, where they drove the ball down probably 50, 60 yards. Had a bad call, had some holding, and at least they were being aggressive, and now they end up going to punt.
Cantor back to punt for the Rockets. Rockets really need to just punt it away or punt it out of bounds.
To a corner or something.
Again, punter, he's going to catch it at about the 25. That's number 88 for the Buckeyes, and that would be Leighton Logue, I believe. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes at the 24-yard line, I believe, with 2:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
Now, I believe Yardnicek is out there on the defense now.
He usually plays that defensive end spot, but looks like they have him at linebacker right now.
Yeah. Now, folks, I tell you, with the numbers down the way they are, folks have had to adjust and move to different positions. And, well, you got to do what you got to do.
Buckeyes take the snap, going to run a play action, rolls to his right.
He's
under
deep.
Heavy pressure. He's looking downfield, and he's got a man wide open.
There he is, wide open, and he's running.
Yeah,
he's running.
Off.
They won't catch him.
Yep, that went for about 76 yards for a touchdown. Rockets, Bill, just completely blown the coverage on that play.
Well, that was something that was totally unexpected. Congratulations to Nelsonville on that one. They caught a great play call. Caught Wellston on their heels and took it to the house.
19-0 your score here in the first quarter. Number 15 on to attempt the extra point, Ben Perry. Snap is good.
Run it. There you go. Do something.
Yeah, I don't think
Did
it's
they?
returnable.
Was it a bad snap, or they tried
I think they were going for 2 points on
Yeah.
that with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, you're listening to Golden Rocket Football here on BMG Media. Bill Norris and I'm Bub Norris bringing you your action here tonight. Rockets trailing 19-0 here in the first quarter. Try to get some of those other scores around the area here for you. It's Ironton 21, Rock Hill 0. Portsmouth West 7, Minford 6, Meigs 13, Athens 0, Benton County 7, Warren Warriors 7, Northwest 6, Scioto East 0, Fort Fry 0, Point Pleasant 0, Gallia Blue Devils 6, Cold Grove 8, and Union Oda 0 and Zane Trace 7. So it's Wheelersburg 14 now, Oak Hill 0 in the first quarter. So here at the Jones, it's 2:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets trailing now 19-0 to the Nelsonville York Buckeyes.
All right, now, folks, I want you to look. We like to try to educate folks. Look at what Wellston is doing. Look what Nelsonville is doing on this kickoff and see how they run, see how they block.
Yodder to check with the ball at the 30. Tries to get outside. Going to be brought down right at the 30. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets. Johnny Scott and the Rockets get ready to go back to work.
Now you see there in Wellston on their kickoffs, all the linemen drop straight back, and then they all head downfield, and they pick up someone. As we used to say, if someone crosses your face, that's the guy you hit.
Yep.
And in particular, Yardnicek took a lane to the outside, thought he could outrun those boys, and they ended up running him down.
Yeah, just too many guys tried to outrun.
Yeah.
Johnny Scott up under center for the Rockets. Takes a snap, goes to Kemp over the left side. Kemp's going to pick up some nice yardage again on that play.
I like the way he runs. When he came around that corner, he looked like a freight train.
Yeah, he's just done a great job. Got hurt the first game of the year for the Rockets down at Oak Hill. A really deep bone and leg bruise. Just wasn't able really to come back at all. Came back Portsmouth West, got hurt down at West in that game. Good to see him back here tonight. Scott up under center. Takes the snap. Going to hand off to Kemp again. Hit in the backfield. Going to lose about a yard. Bill, one thing we've noticed so far tonight, improvement. Okay,
right.
We're talking about improvement.
Right, and I noticed
Knock
right
on
there,
wood.
the fullback, the running back right behind the quarterback, he came over, hit the defensive end, took him out, and Kemp ran up in there, but there's another man that came across and caught him at the line of scrimmage.
Knock on wood, so far yet tonight, the Rockets have not botched a snap. Hope I didn't jinx them by saying that, but anyway.
Yeah.
Scott takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking, throws it to Thompson.
Nice,
He's going to be close to Rocket first down.
That looks like a first
down. Going to pick
down.
that up.
Good play there. Kemp picked up a incoming tackler and allowed the quarterback to stretch that on out or roll on out to hit that receiver.
Now, people's going to laugh at this statement, but Johnny Scott rolling to his right, throwing a little bit sidearm like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
For the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, folks, unless you are set up and you plant that back foot, you're going to be off balance. So when you're running and trying to throw, that's a difficult thing to do.
20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rockets trailing 19-0 your score to the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. Scott takes a snap, and again, Kemp just nowhere to go. He's tied up in the backfield, and Buckeyes all over that one.
Yeah. Now, we noticed Wellston's putting 2 and 3 and 4 plays together at a time. Big improvement. But every now and then, like this play, like the last series when they came through, Nelsonville is shooting a tackle, shooting a linebacker just every now and then, and it's working.
That's going to bring it to the end of the first quarter. It's the Golden Rockets 0, Nelsonville York Buckeyes. You're listening to Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media. Bill Norris, I'm Bub Norris, coming to you live again tonight from the Jones Down Football Arena here.
I like the way you say that, the Jones.
Yeah. Golden Rocket Football. We've talked about we want to see improvement. We've seen some improvement, and then we take 3 steps forward and 4 steps back.
Yeah, and we were having folks text us and say, you know, this, and this is happening, and they're seeing the same thing that we're seeing through the streaming, and they're hopeful, and we are hopeful for the Rockets. But boy, this is a learning season, and this is a season that we're going to got to see some improvement.
Going to be a learning season for the rest of the season this year. Ironton 28, Rock Hill 0. Portsmouth West 7, Minford 6, Meigs 13, Athens 0, Benton County 7, Warren 7, Northwest 6, Sciotaville East 0. Gallia Academy trailing Cold Grove 8-6 in the bottom of the ninth. Rockets back at shotgun. Scott rolling, steps up into pocket.
Good block.
Great decision.
Good block.
Great decision by Johnny Scott as he was able to drop back. Seen a seam there, Bill, and took it.
The defensive end for Nelsonville came across the line. Our running back squared up, hit him, just stunned him enough so that the quarterback could slide on through, make some yardage.
Going to bring up third down and about 7 for the Rockets with 11:35 to go here in the half. Rockets trailing 19-0 your score. Rockets have definitely gotten the center quarterback exchange down so far, which is great to see. That definitely is an improvement. Scott takes the snap, rolls to his right, trying to get away, throws it, and just gets rid of it.
Good play on the quarterback, and I noticed there they blitzed their linebacker again, and our running back picked him up so that we at least didn't take a sack.
Good sportsmanship by the Buckeyes on that play there, too. Number 51 really could have lowered the hammer on Johnny Scott and didn't, and actually just kind of helped him not fall to the ground as hard. So it's good to see that in high school football. And the one thing, I mean, you can go out and play mean and nasty and knock heads, but you can show sportsmanship at the same time.
Yeah. Grab the man. They tried to block that one, almost did.
Going to take a rocket bounce down to about the 21-yard line, it looks like. With 11:03 to go here in the half, Rockets trailing the Buckeyes 19-0 your score. Bill, the Buckeyes really haven't even gotten warmed up yet. They've ran 4 or 5 offensive plays, and they've been touchdowns or big plays.
Yeah, they've tested the weak spots or what they think are the weak spots, and it came out to be true. And their play selection, well, they're just doing a good job of a play selection and good job of execution. The
play action for the Buckeyes has been really, really good here so far in the first quarter. The quarterback doing an excellent job. That's Micah Williams, I believe, the sophomore. He's a junior, 6'1", 170 pounds. He's at shotgun, takes a snap. Hands off to his tailback around the left side. He's got some real estate. Gets up in the corner. No flag on the play.
Yeah,
down the sideline he goes.
I was wanting that one. I was wanting that flag over there on looked like a block in the back or a push in the back to keep our man from tackling Nelsonville's running back.
Again, Nelsonville just basically scoring at will, folks. There's no other way to put it.
One big play after another.
Yeah, Rockets just not able to sustain any type of a defense at this point. Again, you get out there, you try, but they're just not able to put anything together.
It comes down to our secondary now, where before we were always talking about the line. Now Nelsonville's just getting outside and running until the cows come home.
10:48 to go here in the first half. 25-0 your score already, all Buckeyes. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is a line drive, and it does go good. That's number 16, I believe, on the extra point.
About 6 inches above that bottom rail.
Correction, 15, Ben Perry. Good for the Buckeye extra point. 26-0 your score here in the first quarter. First half, rather, I'm sorry. At the Jones, Rockets trailing to the Nelsonville York Buckeyes in a big way. Bill, the schedule just doesn't get much easier for the Rockets. Again, we have remaining on the schedule, you have Meigs, Athens, and Vinton County coming up. Again, we just want to encourage the kids to hang in there and keep working.
Right. And again, I'm talking about attitude now. What is your there has to be an urgency. I don't care if you are getting beat at the score of 26-0 or 13 or, don't come alive when it's just a close game. You got to be live all the time.
That's a great point. On the kick for the Buckeyes, again, number 15. He's a sophomore. That's Ben Perry, 6'2", 185 pounds. Back deep for the Rockets is Bennett Yadernachek, Evan Canner, and Seth Lambert.
Now watch again. These boys will drop straight back toward the center and then head back up the field to block.
Nice end-over-end kick. Going to be caught by Yadernachek at about the 20.
Turning and blocking.
Up the middle.
Now, one thing about kickoffs and punts, they are really hard to execute in any kind of fashion other than you pick out a man and everybody picks out a man to block, and then possibly you might make some progress.
10:43 to go here in the first half at the Jones. Bill Norris on Bub Norris bringing you Golden Rocket football here this evening. Rockets trailing the Buckeyes in a big way, 26-0 here in the first half. 10:43 to go in the half. Rockets getting their play in from Coach Polson on the sideline. Thompson in motion to the left. Scott under center, takes a snap. Hands off to Kemp over the left side. Nice piece of running.
Nice.
Fumbles the ball, gets it stripped,
and we have
the Buckeyes
3 flags on the play.
Well, we have a flag on that play.
Yes. Oh, and the marker, yeah.
Yeah, Buckeyes come away with the fumble on the play. But we do have a flag. Comes from that holding area. Yeah, that's the initial signal from the official.
Well, we got to call it this way. You dropped it, we're going to call you. If you run it good, we're going to call it. And if you mess up, we're going to call it. Bubba Kemp, you got to hang on to that ball.
Doing a nice job running the ball.
He is. That's about a 10. That would have been near a first down. And he hit that hole hard. And but they got hooked an arm in there and stripped that ball.
Just got to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Rockets can put together a defensive stand here. 10:37 to go in the half. Rockets trailing big.
Now you got a big gap over here. I look for him to come run this way again.
Williams at shotgun, takes a snap, quarterback draw. He's missed a couple tackles, gets outside, stays on his feet. He's off to the races again. Touchdown Buckeyes.
One thing I'll say about the Buckeyes is that those boys are fast. That the running back and the quarterback are extremely fast, and if they get around you, there's no catching them.
Well, we kind of figured we knew Nelsonville was pretty good. We didn't know how good. They're showing us tonight how good they are. Again, but the defense for the Rockets, Bill, we're still not seeing it. Still not seeing defensively the Rockets come up and making any type of an attack.
Right.
No urgency or no attack toward the ball.
And, folks, what we mean by urgency as the boy's getting ready to kick. Here he goes. Up and
no good.
Looked like he kicked it back into the line. What we mean by a sense of urgency is, if I can make an analogy, there's something's got to happen, and you have to make it happen right now. You can't wait. If you wait, you miss your time spot. If you wait, if the ball's going by you. If you wait, bad stuff happens. You got to get it done and get it done now. And that's what we mean by a sense of urgency. And I'm not quite seeing that with the line. And I'm not seeing any unity. And part of it, I think, is on the way the game is played now, when you can hand signal plays in, and boys aren't coming back to a huddle and regrouping and then coming back to the line and setting up and running. You're just kind of wandering across the field until you get that play, and then you walk up to the line.
Bill, I do want to make mention, 32-0 the score, 20 your league rivals. I do want to tip our hat to our kids for sticking it out.
Absolutely. If you are on this Wellston football team at the end of the season, absolutely, you're going to get a shout-out from us.
Absolutely. They for sticking it out when things are bad and tough.
Right.
A lot of people will just quit.
Oh, nice kick this time.
Yardernachek going to take it at about the 15.
Hit that hole. See, he's running north and south, and because he did, he picked up about 5 extra yards.
Yep, absolutely. Brings it out to about the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Rockets with 10:17 to go. Here in the first half, Rockets trailing 32-0 here in the second quarter. And we're just certainly hoping that the Rockets can do some things here, get some things going. It's Ironton 35, Rock Hill 0, Athens 0, Meigs 21, Portsmouth 7, Minford 6, Benton County 7, Warren 14. So the Vikings trailing. Unionota and Zane Trace all tied up. Northwest 14, Sodaville 0. Wheelersburg 21, Oak Hill 0 in the second quarter. Scott at shotgun. Snaps have been good so far. And this one too. Scott's going to keep it and go to his right. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, not going to make it. Again, that's a kid, I've been in his shoes. That is a kid that has absolutely taken a beating, as the old saying goes, a beating all season long, but he keeps coming back play after play after play.
I recall you or even Chalk as quarterback saying that the only way you knew that you completed the pass was by the roar of the crowd because you was always on your back.
Truth. Scott under center, puts Thompson in motion to his left. Takes the snap, hands off. Nope, play action to his right. Get it to him right there. He's got it. Thompson's with a catch. Brings it all the way out to about the 43-yard line. Yep.
Great executed play. Now, that's what we called a quick hitter play. It took a little time to develop because he rolled out, but he was still right there where he could get to it.
And what that does, Bill, when you have a play action, and Nelsonville has done an excellent job of that in the first half, when you have a play action like that and your quarterback's on the move, fake, and roll him out, that freezes that defensive end.
Absolutely.
That defensive
end,
and
move.
linebackers have to stay there, which was a result of Brayley Thompson being able to pick up about 7 on the play. Going to hand off to Kemp, and he just busted right in the backfield.
There's another one of those gaming plays where they're blitzing somebody. It looked like a linebacker or corner, and they got in the backfield before our man could even hardly get the ball.
4th down. Rockets not able to get anything going on offense. Back to punt again is Evan Cantor for the Rockets. Rockets, Bill, just need to punt it out of bounds.
Yeah,
Don't give them an opportunity to return it.
Hit it toward one of the sidelines.
Not sure.
What happened? No flag.
Let's do it again.
Let's have the good old do-over. Maybe the ref wasn't ready. Oh, I think they're coming after this one. They got that one little boy just brought in. Yeah,
Cantor gets it away.
They've been getting close on that.
Fumble on the play. He's going to down it right there at the 30-yard line with 8:17 to go here in the first half. Rockets trailing 32-0 to the hands of the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. But this is homecoming night here at the Jones.
All right, we're going to see what the Rockets can do. See if they can shut down the ends or the sidelines where Nelsonville's been, seems like at will, running around the corners.
Bill, I'm not so sure that I wouldn't just stretch my defensive ends on out further.
Yeah,
or walk my linebackers
maybe
out wider
yes.
to prevent them from being able to get the edge on us.
Absolutely.
Just walk them out another 3 or 4 steps on both sides.
Yep.
At least we're going to slow down the attack.
Yeah. Make them, force them to run inside. Now, they would do that. They would go ahead and try that, but you'd at least make them do something different.
Again, number 8, and he's just, the Rockets have no answer for
Weaved
this.
his way, made 2 or 3 plays. 2 or 3 plays and went at will. So next week we're going to improve on open field tackling. That would be a big plus. I know our viewers at home will probably be texting me and saying the same thing.
Rockets just have no answer, Bill, to slow down the Buckeyes offensively. I don't know if Nelsonville has ran two consecutive plays.
If they did, one has been for they did it in the first quarter. Other than that, it's usually been the first play from the first down to the end zone.
That kick is up, and it is good. 39-0, 8:04 to go here in the first half. Homecoming night here at the Jones. We want to congratulate all the young ladies this evening for their homecoming attendance and the homecoming queen here tonight. Quite honestly, not much of a football game, Bill, at this point.
It is difficult, and we, I called out Bubba Kemp on the fumble, but I'm going to say this. If you're still here at the end of the game and you're still here at the end of the season and you stuck it out, good for you. Kudos to you. Be back here next year and let's start over again. But let's see what we can do from this point on to make things better this year. I like the way that Yardnechek boy ran that last kickoff return. He went straight up and down because that's where all of his blockers are, right in the middle of the field. So he's got to hit it hard and maybe find a weave he can get through.
Yardnechek at the 25. Trying to pick his hole up through the middle, brings it out to about the 36. Going to be brought down by a host of Buckeyes on the play with 8:04 to go in the half. The Rockets have been able to put together somewhat of a little bit of a running game here tonight.
They had a couple series there in the first quarter where they put a string of plays together, and then Nelsonville had some kind of a blitz or something like that, or they're crisscrossing some of their tackles and they were slipping in, and Wellston wasn't able to pick that up, and it would just halt Wellston right in their tracks.
Scott at shotgun with Bodie Kemp to his left. Snap is good. Scott's going to keep it. Try to get outside to the left. Gains a couple on the play. And, Bill, as you can see, when a player has been hit so many times, you start running gingerly with the football.
Right.
And we've noticed that on that play.
And that is something absolutely you cannot do. You have got to hit that line just as hard the last play of the game as you do the first play of the game. You can't let them know that that last tackle hurts you.
Scott up under center now for the Rockets. Takes a snap, hands off to Kemp over the left side. Tries to get outside, and again, just tackled by a whole host of Buckeyes. No gain on the play. Colgrove 14, Gallia 12. That's a big score. Not sure where that's being played at tonight, but that's a game that you certainly want to keep an eye on. Wheelersburg 27, Oak Hill 0. Still Union Oda and Zane Trace 7 apiece. Warren 14, Vinton County 7. Still Portsmouth West 7-6 over Minford. Athens 14, Meigs 21. Athens with a little bit of a comeback here. And Ironton 35, Rock Hill 0 in the second quarter. Again, I'm not sure who moved or what happened on that play. 5-yard penalty on the Rockets, and certainly we can't afford to have any type of mental mistakes like that with the score. Obviously, the way it is, 39-0 here with 6:44 still yet to go in the second quarter. Scott at shotgun, jumped off sides, give us our 5 yards back. Again, big shout out to the kids for just sticking it out, Bill.
Right.
What do? You
hold
just
your
keep
head
going
up. Hold your head up, boys. Hold your head up. Come back to practice. You play the practice hard. You do what the coach tells you to do. You line up. You bust that man across from you, and you get the ball down the field.
Scott's going to roll to his right. He's under heavy pressure once again. Looking downfield. Tuck it, son, and run it. There you go. Get outside. Boom. Takes a big hit. Going to be close. Going to be about a yard short. Going to bring up fourth down for the Rockets. Not sure, Bill, at this stage of the game that we may not still be in four-down territory here.
He got smashed right there. Now, here's the other thing about running that we probably haven't talked about is you're going to get hit. When you're getting ready to get hit, you ball up.
Yeah, yes.
And you crunch up, and you let them hit that helmet. You let them hit the shoulder pads. You don't go in there standing up.
Rockets going for it. I do the same thing. 4th and about 2. Scott takes a snitter. He's going to quarterback sneak, and it's going to be a first down for the Rockets.
Give it to that line. Hey, listen, we're going to call the line out when they was holding. We're going to call them when they jumped off sides. We calling them right now. You got a good push. You got a good play right there.
5:40 to go here in the first half. Rockets trailing 39-0 to the hands of the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. Rockets picking up a big first down right there, getting close to midfield. Braley Thompson and Bodie Kemp in the backfield. Johnny Scott up under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to Thompson, the first man through, and he's still on his feet,
I like that run there. He didn't get anywhere, but I like the way he ran it. He hit the line, and he kept his legs pumping. I almost wish I could go in at halftime.
I was standing there thinking exactly the same thing.
Let me talk to these boys and let me get these boys pumped up. I got a little story about that just here after this play.
Scott under center. Takes a snap, hands off to Kemp. Kemp over the right side, and going to be tackled from behind.
Picked up about a 6, yeah.
Gets inside Buckeye territory to the 45.
So our older brother, Chalk, was coaching junior high, and they hadn't been doing very well all year. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one. They're getting ready to play Vinton County. Chalk comes in right before the game. He gets out as much tape as he can get. Tapes everybody up. Get your tape on your hands, on your elbow. Those boys, and he had them psyched up. As Wellston picks up, getting close to a first down, he had those boys psyched up. They went out and played at 2 levels above what they normally did because he came, pepped them up, gave them all the tape they wanted, and they went out there looking like the college athletes or whatever, tape everywhere, and went out there and beat Vinton County. And Vinton County was supposed to win the league that year in junior high.
4th and 2.
So
again.
Get in there at halftime and get these boys encouraged and come back out and thump some heads.
Scott under center, 4th and 2. Draws the Buckeyes off sides, and yeah. You know, again, tip your hat to the Rockets there, Bill, as they held their position and did not jump themselves to pick up another Rocket first down.
Right. And like I said, I don't mind aggressive penalties. It's the penalties that are mental that'll kill you. There's another flag because Wellston did jump there.
Number 23 in the game for the Rockets, that's Mason Collins. He's a sophomore. Isaac McWilliams, number 17, was the receiver he came in coming out. Give the guys up front a little shout. Number 72, Xavier Miller. Number 58, Brennan Tabor. Scott with the shotgun. Takes the snap. Gets over the left side. And, again, you can just tell inexperience, Bill, and youth. He's running a little bit gingerly, and I totally get it. I totally understand it. Not speaking ill of the young man.
No.
It's just, you know, when you get hit so many times, you just start finding ways to protect yourself.
Right. And if normally that means you don't run quite as hard, or you don't stick your head or your shoulder down to give them that shoulder or that helmet when you're running. And now I'm not talking dropping your head or anything because we know that's not a good thing.
Scott up under center. Rockets still yet have to fumble the first half. Scott rolling to his left. Just keep it run, son. He throws it downfield.
Ooh!
Had his man.
He did have it.
That was an excellent throw, too, by the way.
Yeah.
As that was intended for Mason Collins, number 23 for
Folks,
the Rockets.
that was a good play. If you're watching tonight, I thought he was going to go ahead and run it, but he saw his man that was open, and he took that shot. I don't blame him for taking it.
Absolutely.
Because that would have put him about 30 yards down the field.
2:19 to go here in the half. Rockets trailing 39-0 here to the hands of the Nelsonville York Buckeyes on homecoming night. Scott at shotgun, takes the snap, drops straight back, looking, and he ball's tapped in the air. And trying to see, but Bill, we were thinking that maybe Nelsonville had their second unit in there, but they do not. I see a lot of the original players still in there.
I do see now some of the linebackers. They've got a couple clean shirts in there, but if not, then good for Wellston because they're moving the ball against the first team.
4th down for the Rockets, and 13. Ball on the Buckeye 42-yard line with 2:13 to go here in the half. Johnny Scott at shotgun. The Rockets have snaps. They've gotten them all so far here in the first half. Scott rolls to his left. Good block, step up, throw it. He sees his man. He's got his man across the middle.
He did the same thing.
Yes.
Great play.
Yep.
You make the boys think that you're going to run. You pull up at the line of scrimmage and just dump it over the line right behind the linebackers.
Good enough for a first down, and the receiver for that was Evan Cannon for the Rockets. And nice first down for the Rockets here right before
All
half.
right, we're getting a string of plays together, boys. This is good. Get yourself encouraged. Move that ball.
1st and 10 for the Rockets. Ball at the 25-yard line, 26-yard line in Buckeye territory. Scott looking out in the flats, throws it out in the middle. Little too much pepper behind that one. We spoke about that in pregame, Bill, watching Johnny warm up here in the pregame. Young man has a really, really nice arm.
He does, Bub, and he was laying it out there for him even in the pregame.
So Rockets can just build from this. Now, again, I remember officiating basketball for years and years. I remember a situation in Piketon several years ago. They started almost 4 or 5 freshmen in a basketball game. By the time those boys were seniors, they won the league. Hopefully we can do the same thing with this group of boys. Scott drops straight back, looking under pressure. He's hitting the backfield, stays on his feet. Officials threw a flag and another flag. Pass is intercepted, and we have 2 flags on the play. Going to be holding against the Rockets, I'm sure, with the pass intercepted.
Yeah.
Give a shout-out to our sponsors real quick, Bill, here while we're at it. People's Bank, Charlie Hudson, Darrow Insurance, Martin Floor Store, Ruoff Mortgage, Lock and Load, Adena Health Systems, McWilliams Funeral Home, Happenings Bistro, and Montgomery Trucking. Thank you, folks, again for your fine sponsorship. We do have 2 flags on the play with 1:35 to go here in the half. Rockets trailing 39-0 here on homecoming night.
And I think what they're talking about now with the referees in their huddle is what came first. Did the interception come, or if there are multiple plays, which one came first, and how do we direct this football, and who gets the football? Did Nelsonville commit one of the penalties?
Offsetting penalties. Replay it down. Second.
Okay. Well, good job by the officials explaining that one. Second down. 1:35 to go here in the half. Rockets trail 39-0 your score. Thompson in motion to the right. Scott takes a snap, looks, throws it across the middle. Again, great throw.
Yeah,
we just got to squeeze it.
Yeah, you got to squeeze that ball. That popped right through his hands. The receiver was at Yardnicek.
Yes. Again, first game back.
First game back, so I guess we don't let it slide, but we're going to call it out. We've been calling his name enough tonight. He's been doing a pretty good job. They let that one slip through.
I'm just glad the boy's on the field from coming back from a collarbone break.
Right.
And that he's even in condition enough to be able to play.
Right, yeah, and that looks like he's not holding anything back either.
Good snap. Scott drops back, sees his man out in the flats, going to be caught, but actually going to lose yardage on the catch. Michael Weber on the catch for the Rockets. Just out of respect, we've just received word. A Vinton County player, former Wellston player, Zeke Mollahan, has been taken off the field at Warren with an injury. We don't know the extent of that injury, but we certainly wish him well. That's a big loss. Actually, it's a big loss for Wellston and now a big loss for Vinton County. Certainly hope that young man is doing fine. If we get any updated information on that, we'll certainly be happy to pass that along to you. Looks like Coach Polson's going to be content in running the clock down, which is a smart play, Bill, because the Rockets going to run one more play,
right,
and then hopefully that'll be the end of the half. But
right.
The Buckeyes up 39-0 right now.
So what do you go? You take a shot for the end zone?
I think we have time enough here for 2 or 3 more plays. Actually, if we at least get the first down. So your receivers have to run the route. Two ways to look at this. Your receivers have to run a route that's going to be far enough down the field to get you your first down,
right,
or run a screenplay. And I know the Rockets have ran the screenplay very well, but you have a good defensive team out there on the field in the Buckeyes. Have they watched film to defend the middle screen or the screen pass that the Rockets have had some success with so far this year?
I think I'd try to go right over top of those linebackers again with yardage check. Because
we're going to find out.
You know he's not he's not going to let another one pop through the hands.
4th down and 10 for the Rockets. Ball on the Buckeye 29-yard line. Scott at shotgun, takes a snap, looking to his left, throws it out in the flats. He's got his man. Kanner's going to be just short. Again, we spoke, Bill, we have to run that route,
right.
At least get to that 10-yard spot.
You have
Rockets
to know
2 yards short.
You have to know where that spot is that you need to get, and even as the quarterback, if you're throwing a short pass, you've got to know, is he going to be able to make it to that spot?
Well, again, as you've mentioned, and we've mentioned here just a second ago, is that receiver has to know where he's at on the field, has to know where that first down marker is at, and the Rockets just came up short on that play. So if I'm the Rockets, I'm going to prevent with 33 seconds here to go. I'm going to spreading everybody out. If they're going to beat me, they're going to have to beat me down the middle of the field.
Well, they've got guys that can run because they can get out around that corner. And as we used to say, turn on the Ethel. Whoever Ethel was or whatever Ethel was, we'd turn it on.
Looking at some scores around the area once again, Ironton 42, Rock Hill 0, Athens 14, Meigs 27, Portsmouth West 13 now, Menford 6, Gallia Academy 14, Cold Grove 21, Northwest 21, Sciotaville East 0, Union Oda 21, Zane Trace 14, and Warren 20, Vinton County 7. Jackson 42-0 over Hillsborough at the half. Willisburg 42-0 over the Oaks at the half. Eastern Eagles.
And we have Nelsonville just taking a knee and going to go into the locker room.
Great sportsmanship by the Buckeyes to do that. It's Eastern Eagles, Reedsville 20, Trimble 6. That's a score that you don't see too often because Trimble's obviously down this year. They're usually the ones that scores just reverse. So that's going to do it for one half of football play here at the Jones. It's the Golden Rockets trailing the Nelsonville York Buckeyes 39-0 here at half. Bill, not much of a football game so far. The Buckeyes again offensively I don't think they've ran plays consecutively back-to-back the whole first half.
They've had 2 plays that they ran there in the first quarter that were back-to-back, and one of those went for the touchdown. And then every first play that they went from series went in for a touchdown. Now, the good thing is, if you're thinking about, well, how many times did they get the ball? Well, at least Wellston has held on to the ball. At least they've had 3 of their series that they moved the ball down the field, and that's what I'm talking about the improvement, because they over the last few games they weren't able, first of the year, they weren't able to put a string of plays together to move the ball down the field, and tonight they're doing it.
They have done just that. And some other positive things that we've noticed tonight. Number one, no botched snaps from shotgun tonight for the Rockets. Huge thing, because up till now, every game so far has been probably at least 10 botched snaps per game from shotgun.
And
so none of those so far.
We're not seeing an excess of flags being thrown. Wellston's jumped off sides maybe once or twice.
And that's good preventative officiating by the officials.
Right, and one holding where they have messed up there, but that's more of an aggressive kind of play rather than a mental mistake.
So as officials with a game like this, just so the public would know, so we can educate you just a little bit, what the officials are talking about at halftime in there right now, Bill, is that, okay, we have a running clock. Let's do preventative officiating. If it's a good crew.
Right.
They're talking about, okay, we're not going to call the obvious.
Right.
Okay? We're not going to go out there looking for a flag to throw. We're going to call what happens in front of us the obvious play.
For example, folks, if a man twitches and he's on the offensive line, well, automatically, if this was a close game, boy, you'd have to throw that.
Yes, exactly.
But now, maybe now you don't do that because you're taking up time, you're stopping the clock, you're making things worse for the team that's losing, and making that score even worse, and just all kind of bad stuff happens, and you can't get out of the game.
Yes.
Which is what the team would be wanting to do, is pack up and go home. So you don't call the little piddly, what I call the little piddly things, if you can let it go. Now, if it's blatant, man goes up in the air and gets undercut, or if if it's some kind of blatant pass interference, roughing the quarterback, any of those kind of things, you're going to be on it. Again,
we just call the office. You're listening to Golden Rocket Football right here on BMG Media, coming to you live from the Jones tonight on homecoming night. Bill Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action. We're going to take a break here, let you enjoy the halftime show from the marching Nelsonville York marching Buckeyes, and then the Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band will be coming back on here in just a moment as well. So stay tuned. More football action coming your way here in just a bit.
now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Wellston Golden Rockets Marching Band to perform their 2022 field show entitled Her Majesty, led by field commanders Hannah Dragovich and Emma McGowan. The band is under the direction of Miss Emily Talley with assistance from Miss Catherine McCall Smith, Brian Buffle, Jackie Hildegren, Danny Cox, and Casey Buffle. Tonight, the band will perform their opener from their 2022 field show entitled Coronation. And now, please help us welcome our future Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band members to the field for a performance of Louie Louie. Ladies and gentlemen, your Wellston Golden Marching Band.
Welcome back here, Golden Rocket fans. We're still at halftime with 3:20 remaining to go in the halftime show. You have been listening to the Nelsonville York Marching Band and the Wellston Golden Rocket Marching Band. And joining me now to kind of follow up and to piggyback just a little bit on the Wellston Golden Rocket Band is the one and only, the legendary man and a legend in his own mind.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jace Phillips joining me here at halftime. We wanted to kind of bring you up to date. Jace is our band guru, band guy. And since I was a sport guy, but I'm a band dad, and I still don't know anything about band, we want to bring Jace in here and kind of give everybody an update and a rundown. The Rockets marching band went to Rock Hill here a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Just give us a rundown real quick, Jace, on how they did, what you know about what took place down there.
So in overall, they got third place in their class. They got second in guard and third in percussion. They still got a lot of growing to do, but they had the 2 weeks off from competition schedule, and so they'll return to competition next week as they travel to Watkins Memorial.
Oh, that's a big competition. I remember that one
Yes.
from years ago when you were even in school.
Yes.
So, that's a nice facility up there and a
It
nice
is.
competition to go to.
Yeah, they actually just built a new school up there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, very good. Jace, tell us a little bit about what you know so far, what you see as far as the beginning of the season with the Golden Rocket Marching Band up to where we're at right now.
Yeah, so even from their last competition, they have grown tremendously. Tonight, we just seen their opener because they brought out the future members of the band. But in that opener, we have seen several more visuals, which is a little bit little movements they've added in the show that changed it up to spice it up a little bit. And they've actually tons of them throughout the middle section and the closer of the show. So next week, we'll see the full show again at Friday night at Athens, and then, of course, at Watkins Memorial on Saturday for their competition.
Yeah. So, again, the Golden Rocket Marching Band, tell us, if we could break it down. I know you may have mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I'd like for you to break it down for the Rocket fans. What takes place at a competition? How are they scored, and what areas are they scored in?
Yeah. So first, the competition is literally an all-day event from morning to night. But when they go to the competition, they get judged by 9 judges. And in the categories, there's music, then percussion, then visual effect, so is like the design they make on the field, the little moves they do. And then general effect is how all the show comes together. They give the final hurrah. And then they also get judge and auxiliary or color guard.
Excellent reporting here by Jace Phillips, joining us here at our halftime show, just giving us a quick, brief update on the Golden Rocket Marching Band. Again, we're going to try to continue to bring you on our halftime show and give us updates to keep all the Golden Rocket fans and the marching fans up to date on how the band is doing. Jace, thanks again for joining
no
us
problem.
here at the halftime show. We're just about 20 seconds away from opening half kickoff. That's easy for you to say, right? Golden Rockets trailing the Nelsonville York Buckeyes 39-0 here at the half. And we will be back joining you here in just a moment, so stick with us.
Well, welcome, folks. Here we are back again, second half with about a minute 30, just shy of a minute 30 left before we start off the second half. Boy, it looks like the Buckeyes are putting it to the Golden Rockets tonight, 39-0. And as we talked, Bub and I talked, we were both thinking the same thing just about the same time, is that we'd like to be in that locker room at halftime, and we would like to pump these boys up. I'm telling you, there's something about if you can get your mind right, you can get excited about things, then good things will start happening. You might even get beat still, but you can make some good things happen. And good things have been happening here tonight. Wellston has put at least 3 good drives together, and eventually something bad would happen. Nelsonville would slide through the line or do some kind of blitzing or something like that and bring it to a close. But at least Wellston was doing and going the right direction and putting some plays together to make some good things happen. We've seen some good catches. We've seen some good runs. We've seen some good throws. And but according to the score, well, defense has got to show up tonight, Bub. Is that about right?
Pretty much. And they've been pretty much non-existent here the first half. Nelsonville's pretty much had their way here the whole first half. Rockets defensively have just not found the answer to stop the offensive attack for the Buckeyes. Now, they have some speedsters out there. Let's make note of that. Their quarterback is a track star, number 4. Michael Williams does an outstanding job. He's a champion track runner for the Buckeyes. And then number 8, Hudson Stalder. He's a senior, the other tailback. So he's done a great job. And we're going to start out here tonight in the second half with a running clock. 39-0 is your score. Rockets trailing here on homecoming night.
Now, one of the things that has helped Wellston tonight, believe it or not, is the offense being able to move the ball, which actually kept Wellston's defense off the field long enough to, maybe the score would have been even more.
Michael Weber with the kick. It's going to hit at about the 25. Picked up by number 8. Again, he breaks a couple tackles. He's off to the races once again down the sideline. Nobody's going to catch him again. No, that's number 10. I'm sorry. Austin Goudier, I think. Number 19, possibly. We'll try to get his number for you here in just a minute. But, again, Rockets no answer, Bill, for this.
Well, I've mentioned this at other times. When things get cluttered out there on the field, one of the things that people do is, well, he's going to tackle him. He'll get him before the guy gets to me. Well, the next thing you know, the guy got to you. He didn't get the tackle, and then the guy ran past you. And so you have to make it your personal responsibility that you're going to stop the play. And then if the other guy stops it before you, then good enough, and it got stopped ahead of time. Yeah,
45-0 your score now. Buckeyes taking the opening half-second kickoff and scoring a touchdown. The extra point is good. So 11:48 to go here, and so we just get third quarter action underway. The Buckeyes score another touchdown. Again, Rockets defensively, whether it be kickoff or regular defense, has no answer to stop the Buckeyes so far here tonight.
Right. And, I'm not sure that sometimes, and I hate to say it, and maybe I'm being too old-fashioned. Sometimes, boy, you just need to get on the players really good, and it's like, come on, you guys, what are you doing?
Yes.
You guys got to step it up and get in someone's face, and come on now, we got to make something happen.
Ironton 42, Rock Hill 0. Athens 14, Meigs 27 at the half. Gallia Academy 14, Colgrove 21 in the third quarter. It's Warren 20, Vinton County 7 at the half. Northwest 27, Sciotaville East 0. Unionota 21, Zane Trace 14. Fort Fry 37, Point Pleasant 0. Wheelersburg in the third quarter 42-0. Jackson in the third quarter 49-0 over Hillsboro. And Portsmouth West 13, Minford 9 at the half. We're ready to get action underway. The kick by number 15 is going to pooch it down. Yadernachek's going to take it at about the 15. Picking his hole up through the center of the field. Brings it all the way out to the 40-yard line where the Rockets will have pretty good starting field position, Bill.
Yeah, he had a one pretty good block. He was doing what the play said he should do. Go up behind your blocker, and something opened up. He slid through it, got an extra 10 yards.
Shout out to our sponsors real quick: People's Bank, Charlie Hudson, Darrow Insurance, Martin Floor Store, Ruoff Mortgage, Lock and Load, Adina Health Systems, McWilliams Funeral Home, Happenings Bistro, and Montgomery Trucking. Once again, thank you, folks, for your fine sponsorship. Johnny Scott up under center. Takes a snap, hands off to Kemp over the right side, tries to get outside. He's going to be chased down from behind, brought down right at the line of scrimmage by number 1, Gavin Richards, 5'9", 160-pound junior.
Now, I thought I saw just a little bit of movement like we talked right before the end of the half, and we didn't see a flag.
Yep.
I just, maybe a shoulder twitch or something there. Something happened, but the refs didn't call it.
And again, that's just good preventative officiating, understanding the flow of the game. Thompson in motion to the left. Takes the snap. Play action. Looks downfield. Throw. It's complete. Gain of about 3 on the play. Thompson on the catch. And Richards on the stop for the Buckeyes.
Now, another example of a well-executed play. The man in motion came down, hit the defensive end, and then rolled on out into the flats where he received the football, and they picked up 3 yards.
Still seeing a few starters out there for the Buckeyes. I would just caution anybody, actually, if I've got starters on them taking a chance on getting hurt in a game like this when it really means nothing as far as league implications are concerned. Snap is botched, first one of the game. Tipped, intercepted. 28 with the interception, going down the sideline. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. He's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown for the Buckeyes. 28 is Drew Douglas.
Now, those are the kind of interceptions that you really can't blame the quarterback on. The ball was thrown a little high, but the boy had smacked the boys in the hand, popped up, and Nelsonville man picked it out of the air, and ran. Now, I did see Yardnicek come across and try to make the tackle, but he was out of place to try to do it, but he made that attempt.
Number 15 on to kick the extra point. That's Ben Perry, sophomore. 52-0 your score. Snap is good. The kick is up. It appears to be good as well. Make it 53-0. With 9:30 to go in the third quarter still, Rockets trail 53-0 to the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. Again, if I'm winning, any coach winning in a game like this, I would have to be very careful as to how many starters I leave out there and how long. Just again, because the game means absolutely nothing at this point. You have the game in hand. You just have to be very careful with making sure none of those players get hurt.
Yeah, you don't. I don't know who Nelsonville has next week, but if it's a high-powered team. And let's say for some reason someone on the starting team, let's say your quarterback, twists an ankle because he's still out there and you already have this game in hand. He twists an ankle, now he's out. Now what do you do next week against the better team?
Yes. Widowsburg 49, Oak Hill 0. Ironton 42, Rock Hill 0. Yardnicek with the ball at the 15. Nope, correction. That's Tabor. Brendan Tabor fumbled.
We had a fumble.
Picked up by the Buckeyes.
Boy, those are the kind of plays, and I understand what these boys are feeling. They're down now, and to have a fumble like this, it seems like just everything's going wrong at the right time.
Stand corrected on that, Bill. That was not Tabor on the return. Trying to get the number for you. Be 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes in Rocket territory again at the 30-yard line. And still seeing starters out there for the opposing team. Now we're making some substitutions. Yep, a lot of substitutions in there now for Nelsonville. Number 18 in at quarterback.
Sophomore.
That's Landon Inman. Number 9, the carrier, and that is Ryston Richards. He's a junior. That's the first play the Rockets have stopped the Buckeyes on an offensive play tonight, I believe.
Now, Bub, I think we'll probably see with these substitutions that Wellston start getting a little bit more competitive now. Even though we're still under a running clock, not much that I can say to a comeback, but maybe get some plays together, strung together again.
Number 10 on the carry for the Buckeyes, Austin Goodyear, maybe?
I don't know. Let's see if we can.
You're the school teacher. Educate me. Number 10.
Gaultier. That's what it looks like.
We'll make a note here, folks. What Nelsonville is doing here at this time is running the play clock down as far as they can. And again, that is a sign of sportsmanship. We want to make sure we point that out. Hand it off to number 10 again over the left side. But what Nelsonville is doing, Bill, since the score is so lopsided, they're running that play clock down inside 5 seconds just to eat as much time up off of that clock.
You would never tell your team to back off as far as don't try to get a first down. But what you can do is take as much time as you can to get a play run. You can take out the first team and put in the second team, but you wouldn't tell a second team to ease up.
Yeah. So you do things that you can within the limits of the game,
right?
To be able to slow the game down as much as possible, and still have your team. And that's what they're doing right now. They're running the clock down inside 5 seconds before they take the snap. Number 18 bobbled the snap, but number 75 for the Buckeyes is Will Odenthal, 6'4", 270-pound freshman.
Big boy.
As they used to say,
cornfed,
cornbread and bean boys.
Oh, my.
And he does look like a man amongst the boys for sure. Good looking kid. Landon Inman at quarterback for the Buckeyes. 5:50 to go into third. Again, they're running it down inside 5 seconds. Again, to me, that's great sportsmanship by the Buckeyes. Hands off to number 10, and they're just running straight dive plays, Bill. They're not doing anything fancy, anything like that, just to keep the clock running and to get out of here before they get anybody hurt.
Right. No trick plays, no flea flickers or anything like that to try to confuse the defense. Just running the ball.
Number 79 out there, Zach Winthrow, 6'4", 320-pound tackle for the Buckeyes at left tackle.
And they don't look like they fudged the numbers when you look at that boy.
He's a pretty good-sized feller. 5:05 to go into third. 53-0 is your score. Buckeyes over the Rockets. Again, Buckeyes showing great sportsmanship, running the clock down to keep it going. Quarterback sneak. He's going to bounce over the left side, and he's going to dance right into the end zone. And again, you can't fault them for that.
Right. No, I'm not going to. I was just getting ready to say you wouldn't ask that boy to take a knee or anything before he got to the end zone because that would be throwing salt on the wound. You run your play and you do the best you can do to get in there, and we'll do our best to stop it. And, well, that's what happens.
You know, everybody involved, from coaching staff all the way up through the system, will take a look at this whole program situation. I'm sure they are, and look to try to get this whole system back on track. Extra point kick is up. It is no good, off to the left. So 4:45 to go here in the third quarter. 59-0 your score now. The Buckeyes over the Rockets. Again, Bill, the Rockets are just going to have to start completely over, whether it be if we keep Coach Polson, let him go, whatever the case may be. Obviously, things have to change.
Right. Things and to say anytime you're if you hear of big buyouts on Wall Street, they always start with the head man, and he gets fired first. Now I don't know who the head man is. If it's are we talking superintendent? Are we talking principals? Are we talking school board? Are we talking who are we talking about? But you have to start at the top and go down, because I'm telling you right now, Wellston has always been able to produce running backs and linemen and things like that, and we've got good boys out here today and tonight, but we've got to get more out of them, and we've got to keep them here in Wellston to play all the way through their senior year.
Agree 100%. The kick is going to be a short one. Rockets going to have to fall on it at about the 29-yard line. Rockets will take over 1st and 10. Clock still running. See, it's the overall mentality, Bill, and we're seeing it. See, even though you're getting beat, we were always taught, you play until the whistle.
100%.
Yep, we see kids walking. We see and again, I get it. I understand you're getting blown out. But there's still things that we can do as coaches, as instructors, to get as much out of our kids as we possibly can.
And my thing is, where's your character, personal character? Are you going to go down this way, or are you going to go down fighting? And,
Kemp over the left side, give him a gain of about 1 on the play.
And I always wanted to go down fighting. I don't care. We've got
nobody had to tell us that either, did they?
No, we got and that's the way when you walk across the field at the end of the game and you're slapping hands, I want them to look me in the eye and say, "Boy, that boy was a tough one, and we had a tough time getting around him." And if you're sloughing off and walking around, you're losing respect of the other team.
Hey, couple faithful listeners out there listening to us tonight, out on West 13th Street, fumble on the play. Rockets are going to recover it, I think. No, well, they're going to give it back to us, I believe.
Well, we've got faithful people right here.
We do.
Watching the game in person and listening to us on Facebook.
Great fan support again here tonight. Delbert Jones out on West 13th Street. Thank you for listening tonight. Faithful listener of the Rockets. Also, Mr. Jenkins down on McGee Lane. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Faithful Golden Rocket listeners as well. Johnny Scott at shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. He's under heavy pressure again. Throws it short to number 17 for the Rockets. Isaac McWilliams. Pass was incomplete. 2 minutes to go here remaining in the third quarter. 59-0 your score.
Now that's about the third or fourth pass where the ball has actually hit the boys in both hands and it just popped out.
Again, those are things that you work on in practice.
Every day.
Catching the ball. Coach Mike Smith for the last 2-3 years was excellent with that with the kids. You very seldom seen a receiver drop a pass. And those are just things that you work on every single day in practice. Not saying that they don't now, but you continue to work on those, and you just got to get better and better and better each week.
Right.
Minute 40 to go here in the third. Snap is good. Cantor's punt is also pretty good. Going to hit at about the take a rocket
roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the way down to about the 21-yard line for the Rockets, and the Nelsonville York Buckeyes will take over there. Again, taking a look around the area here tonight at some scores. Ironton 42, Rock Hill 0. It's still it was still Meigs 27, Athens 14 at the half. In the third quarter, Portsmouth West 13, Minford 9. Now all tied up. Gallia Academy 21, Colgrove 21. That's a really interesting game down there. And then Warren Local 20 and Vinton County 7. Northwest 33, Sciotoville East 0. Union Oda 21, Zane Trace 14. That's a score that you want to continue to watch throughout the rest of the evening. Fourth quarter action, Jackson 56, Hillsboro 0.
Looks like Nelsonville put in their small team.
Number 10, a good-looking back for the Buckeyes. That's Austin Gutierrez. And if we've botched that name, I'm sure we will hear about it, no doubt. But I'm going to blame it on you, Bill, because you're the school teacher.
Well, I tell you what, when Nelsonville has put the beefy guys that they had out there earlier are gone as far because they were tall boys, up in there above 6 foot and up, and that's why I said it looks like you put the small team in.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen out there for the Buckeyes right now. With 29 seconds left to go here in the third. So great experience for the Nelsonville JV team. As you can see, again, the youth of the Buckeyes there and the youth of the Rockets with their young guys up front. You can see the difference in the style of play. That's going to do it for 3 quarters here at the Jones. Rockets trailing the Buckeyes 59-0 is your score. Bill Norris on Bub Norris bringing you your action tonight via BMG Media. We want to send a shout out to all of the faithful listeners all the way down the coast into Florida. All you linemen that are working down there, stay safe, fellas. We know it's a terrible tragedy that just happened in the state of Florida and came right up the coast and hit Charleston, South Carolina, and now has been downgraded to a tropical storm. Supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow, so stick your ferns, your flower plants, your mums, whatever outside, so they can get a little bit of water. We have an injury update for you for Zeke Mollahan, quarterback, previous player here for Wellston, quarterback at Benton County. It was, we understand, a kneecap injury of some sort. We won't speculate how severe or anything of that nature. We do know that he did have to leave the game. Some reports have said that it's fairly serious, but again, we don't know the complete status of that. But we certainly wish Zeke the best. Athens 22, Megs 27. That game is getting a little tighter. So you got a lot of youth here, Bill. It's good to see Bennett Yanonacek back in action here tonight. And again, Bodie Kemp had a pretty solid game. Those two guys have had a pretty solid game tonight for the Welsh.
Yeah, looked like Bubba Kemp, that's what I like to call him, put some good runs together tonight. Wellston didn't have the ball quite as long as we'd like.
Number 10 trying to turn the corner for the Buckeyes to get outside. And again, that's Austin Gutierrez. Brings up 4th down.
And like I said earlier, Wellston has put a string of, there was at least 3 series where they had the ball and they put some plays together. And I think maybe rather than hitting on all the bad things that happened, that they focus on the good things and try to pump these boys up a little bit for next week.
4th and 8 for the Buckeyes on their own 22-yard line. Back deep for the Rockets, I believe, is number 19, Michael Weber, and number 1, Johnny Scott. Again, Nelsonville running the clock down as much as they possibly can just to eat time up out of the game. Nice punt. Yeah, nice punt by the Buckeyes. Going to take a Buckeye roll all the way down in Rocket territory to about the 34-yard line where the Rockets will take over 1st and 10.
Now we're seeing a lot of walking, which is never a pretty good sign, or is a good sign of the boys just being down. And it's hard to come back play after play after play after play. When you look up the scoreboard and it's 59-0, you're thinking, boy, what's the point? Well, the point is you have character, and the point is you need to give 100% all the time.
Absolutely.
And the point is you need to be able to walk across the field, smack hands with those boys, and let them know that you gave them all you had.
New quarterback in the game for the Rockets, freshman Justin Jackson. Speaking to his dad there last Friday night, the boy has a great body and build for the position. Just needs to work on his feet, work just a little bit. Our papers are flying everywhere. The storm come blowing in. Gain of a couple on the play with 9:45 to go in the contest. Justin under center. Takes the snap. Going to hand off to Kemp around the left side. Still on his feet. A lot of arm tackling going on there by the Buckeyes, but again, the youth for them, helping the Rocket players up off the ground. Again, good sportsmanship being shown by the Buckeyes. Jaron Layton on the stop for the Buckeyes, 6'5".
You know, it never bothered me that if you have two, and I'm going to call them gladiators, coming head to head, and he happens to outdo you one time, and then he helps you up, or you outdo him the next time, and basically you're telling him, hey, boy, look at him go there.
Uh-huh.
And you're telling him, I'm coming after you every play, and he's telling you, I'm coming after you every play, and you can draw some respect from that.
Exactly.
We give a shout out to the Stewart family walking by tonight, faithful fans of the Wellston Rockets.
Jackson with the snap, fumble on the play, recovered back by the Rockets. McWilliams, I believe, on the recover for the Rockets. Isaac McWilliams. 8:20 to go in the ball game. Rockets trailing 59-0 your score. Justin Jackson up under center. Takes the snap. Bootlegs to his left. Great
nice
bootleg.
Play.
Just get
nice
it to him,
play.
son. Get it to him, son.
Going deep. There he is. He caught the ball. He's on the 20, the 10, and he's in there for a touchdown. Sorry,
Tiger.
I'm sorry I took that from you. I'm sorry.
You stole my thunder. You stole my thunder.
I'm telling you, folks, we've been waiting for a play like that.
Justin Jackson to Evan Canner for about a 52-yard touchdown pass. Justin sold that very well, Bill, at the line of scrimmage, play action, bootleg.
Sucked that defensive end in so that he was eliminated from the play.
And made great eye contact, protected the ball with both hands as he rolled out, which is what you want your quarterback to do.
And hit him right on stride.
Rockets going for two. Snap, rolling back, looking across the middle. In and out of the hands. Hit him right in a bad spot. Right in the hands.
Yeah. Well, it traveled past a couple of Buckeyes before it got to him, and I think the hands waving in front of him might have distracted him a little bit.
59-6 your score. Nelsonville all over the Rockets here tonight at the Jones.
I'm wondering why would they go for two at this point?
Probably
just to see if they
kicking
could.
Situation. Yeah, the kick. It's really not going to help you getting 1 point.
Right.
In all aspects of the game, as an official, when you have a team that's getting blown out, you have to remain focused, especially as a football official, that kids don't get hurt.
Right, right.
And so we have to do what we call self-talk. Stay in the game, call the obvious, call what you see, that type of thing. And this officiating crew tonight has done an excellent job of that. Could have there been more flags? Absolutely. But they've done a great job preventive officiating, call the obvious, and keep the game clock moving. And hats off to the officials.
Yeah, especially here in this second half with the running clock.
Michael Weber on to approach the ball for the Rockets with 7:55 to go in the game. Nice end-over-end punt, going to be hit at about the 20. Goes through the legs of the Buckeyes. The ball is live. Number 22 running for his life, and that's not a good situation back there because you can get out in the open just like that right there. Down the sideline he goes. That's Ryder Huddy Dowling. Going to go for about 90 Going to go for about 82-yard touchdown run.
And I'm going to give it, listen, we talked about giving 100%. Shout out to number 52 from Wellston, a lineman, ran all the way down the field trying to catch him and didn't stop.
That's Devin Barnhill, a freshman.
Devin, you got kudos from the broadcasting at BMG.
Didn't give up on the play.
No, not at all.
So, you know, as a coaching staff, you want to see all your players together on the sideline. We're in this thing together. We're a family. So we don't want to see kids strung out all over the sideline. I mean, we've lost
a couple kids down here.
Yeah.
Maybe someone talking to the folks in the stands. Maybe a few of them down here aren't together, and they're just kind of spread out.
We've lost the continuity, and we need to get that back.
We need one of these seniors or juniors, one of these upperclassmen, walking the sideline. Hey, come on, fellas, keep your heads up. Come on, fellas, stay in the game. Come on, let's go out there and crack some heads. That kind of stuff, rather than, getting beat again, kind of, and that kind of attitude.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things that we can control.
Right.
And we've got to be able to control that kind of stuff, continuity, keep everybody together, because with the season the way it's going and the projection, the way the season will probably end, is you have to keep these kids, as many of these kids as around as possible.
Right. And I'd give a shout out to, listen, you folks, you other boys at the high school that didn't come out because, well, I'm not going to play with them. They always lose, that kind of. Well, why don't you come out and make things better for us? I'm telling you, come out, get on the team, get together, crack some head. Boy, I'm telling you what, I'm just fired up tonight, and we're losing 55 to 6.
65 to 6.
Is that a well? Let me get my glasses on. I didn't see that line going on down there.
Yeah.
But we're getting beat bad. But I'm telling you, things can be better.
Well, they've called a penalty on the Rockets for leading with the head. I'm not sure what that was all about. $7:25 to go in this one. 65 to 6 your score. And quite honestly, the Nelsonville is not trying to run the score up, folks. They have done everything, I believe, within their power to try to keep the scores in check as much as possible.
Try to slow things down.
You, as we've mentioned, Bill, you just can't tell your kids not to run and not to let it go in the end zone, son. And they've done that. The coaching staff has done that. They've ran their clock clear down inside 5 seconds on every snap, offensive snap. You know, they return touchdowns on kickoffs. You can't tell them not to score.
You can't tell them not to tackle.
Right. So, with 6:40 to go here in this one, hopefully the Rockets can get something going on offense. Again, an entire new defensive unit out there for Nelsonville. Looks like from the numbers, a lot of freshmen, a lot of the size, of course, is going to give you an indication of a lot of freshmen.
A lot of clean jerseys, indication that they haven't seen any dirt yet.
Justin Jackson, under center, takes the snap, hands off to, looks like number 7 around the far side. Yep, gets close enough to a Rocket first down, I believe. Nope, number 1. Yep, that's Johnny Scott back there, tailback. What in the?
He hit that corner and took it.
Maybe the coach is trying something new here with putting Scott in the backfield to run the ball. I'd like to see number 3 for the Rockets out there to take some snaps. That Josh Clarkson. Pass almost intercepted.
Yeah, a little confusion here right at the end of the game with who's playing what position and those kind of things. And a lot of that happens because Wellston doesn't have a lot of players. When you substitute in, some of your substitutes have don't quite know where they're at, or you put people in odd positions.
Johnny Scott getting to the outside. He's going to pick up the first down for the Rockets.
Number 1, Scott on the carry. First down, Rockets.
Bill, we're going to mutually come up with an Adena player of the game for the Rockets. I have one in mind who I think has done a really good job tonight and really has given it his all, and he does on every play. Jackson bootlegging to his left. Just keep it and run it, son. Going to throw it again.
Nice.
That's going to be caught. Great catch.
Nice play. Nice play. Well executed.
Catch.
He rolled out and hit the man right where, right next to the ground, and he scooped it up. And
Evan Cantor on the big catch for the Rockets.
are they calling it back? They called it back. Maybe there was not a reception.
That was a clear reception. Adena player of the game, I'm going to give you one, and you and I can probably debate this, number 44 for the Rockets.
Yeah, I was suggesting him also. He's had a good game running. He ran hard. And folks, what you don't understand is, boy, when you hit that line, you got to hit it full force, and that's what we saw him do.
And he has, and he's the type of player, Bill, we've talked about all night, is that you don't have to talk to him to pump him up, to motivate him. He does every play that way.
He has that sense of urgency that we talk about, that every play relies on him. He's got to make it happen, and he has that attitude.
Snap, drop back. Jackson throws out into the flats. He's got his man to Yadernachek. Yadernachek's going to be just short of the first down, going to mark him about 2 yards short.
Now, you were talking about how the officials run the game. That ball should have been down. He had both hands on the ball, and it was on the ground. Technically, should have been down in the backfield. The refs let that go.
65-6 your score. Rockets haven't been beat this bad in quite some time in a football game. Jackson under center takes a snap, fumble on the play, and it's going to be recovered by Nelsonville. That pretty much sums up, Bill, about how the night has gone for the Rockets.
Pretty much. I'm going to hit the highlight here is those 3 drives that the Rockets have had, where they put a string of 5, 6, 7 plays together and put it down the field, and not until Nelsonville did some stunts on defense, did some rushing, blitz the linebackers or crisscross your tackles or whatever they did. They got in the backfield and stopped the Rockets. Other than some plays like that, Wellston put 3 good series together.
Nelsonville up under center, takes a snap, goes to number 34 up the middle. That's Max Donald. He's a sophomore. Another player, Bill, we want to call out tonight that I feel doesn't take plays off through the course of the game either. And that's number 58 for the Rockets. He's a senior, Brennan Tabron, offensive lineman and linebacker. He doesn't take plays off. He's the kind of kid, again, that you want on your football team. The Rockets need a lot more of him.
Right.
A lot more players like him, rather.
Right.
Right at a minute to go in this one. Quarterback keeper, number 15, carrying the ball. That's going to get us down to about 50 seconds. Nelsonville will probably run 2 more plays, and that would do it. Maybe just 1 more play. Number 73 in the game for the Rockets, that's Dylan Helm Tucker. Dayton Breach coming out of the game for the Rockets. More than likely the last play of the game right here. Takes a snap, goes to the fullback. Hit right in the backfield. And that it will probably do it for the night. Number 52 getting up off the bottom of the plier, Devin Barnhill, freshman, on the stop for the Rockets. And that will do it from the Jones on homecoming night tonight. It's been all the Nelsonville York Buckeyes. 65-6 has been your final. And, Bill, before we go tonight, again, we want to send a shout-out to two people tonight. The Adina player of the game for the Rockets. We're going to give that to number 44, Bodie Kemp, who we felt that just played his heart out the entire night. So a big shout-out to him, as well as the homecoming queen here this evening. A shout-out to that fine young lady. Her name is Jasmine Moeller, and congratulations to her for being the homecoming queen here for Wellston High School. Rough night for Golden Rocket football, but hopefully they can get things back on track. We have Athens and Megs coming up here in the next couple of weeks before they round it out at the Vinton County Vikings coming to the Jones here, the final game of the season. Just a real quick look around the area tonight for some final scores. If you haven't already seen those, give you those a quick update on that. It's Widowsburg 56-7. That's in the fourth quarter. Megs 41, Athens 22, Portsmouth West 21, Minford 16, Gallia 28, Colgrove 33. That's in the fourth quarter. That's an interesting matchup. Gallia, I believe, was undefeated, I think. We'll have to get an update on that. Unionota 24, Zane Trace 28. Zane Trace coming back big there. Warren 20, Vinton County 13. In the fourth quarter, Northwest 33, Sciotoville East 0. Fort Fry 44, Point Pleasant 0, Trimble 6, Eastern Eagles 20, Logan 21, St. Charles 14, Ironton 49, Rock Hill 7, Jackson 63, Hillsboro 7, and that's your scores around the area tonight. So again, folks, we want to thank you for tuning in to BMG Media tonight, coming to you live here tonight from the Jones on homecoming night. Shout out to all of those kids. Bill, do you have any final words for this evening?
I want to encourage, and you parents that are watching from home, listening from home, I want to encourage the Rockets. I want to support this team. I want folks to come out and support the team through the rest of the season. If you can't, watch us on BMG, listen to the games, and let's get behind this team. Let's support this team. Let's get more boys on the team for next year. Let's build this up. Let's make Wellston a great place to be.
Absolutely. So for Bill Norris, I'm Bub Norris, coming to you live once again from the Jones on homecoming night tonight. Saying good night, God bless America, everybody.